Hi, for this video, doing a little color study on how I'm going to be approaching this planter from from this little painting we're going to be working on. Let's see, yeah, sure, in frame, good, sort of, yeah. Okay, I've already just, I had some 3x3 little square swatch studies, and I've already just laid a light quinacridone rose in, and I'll do a very similar thing now on the planter itself. And then for the swatches, I'll be introducing some Quin burnt orange mixes to start digging into that. So I'm just going to address the this main shape here, the big shape. Like my swatches, I'm just kind of starting by getting some good amount of paint at the top and a little bit on the side because I'm right-handed. Left-handed, you might do it the exact opposite way. Getting that bead of paint. I'm going to just sort of bring it down, and then as I need to correct on the sides, I'll do that. It's all very wet. Using an angle to help gravity. So gravity, let me say that again. So gravity helps pull it all down. And for this one, I think I'm just going to keep it simple and start with a flat wash. You could, if you're comfortable with graded washes, you're certainly welcome to try to add a little bit of darker color down at the lower right. I'm assuming a certain light source, and I'll discuss that more in 1 second. And now is 1 second. I'm going to assume that it's coming from the upper left. Yeah, these will all sort of, you can just reverse the direction depending on the light source and where your object is going from lighter value to a darker. So now I'm going to, for this, I'm going to let the planter bowl thing just dry. I'm hoping these guys are dry. This top one, I'm just going to mix up a little bit of Quin Rose and a little bit of quinacridone burnt orange. And this is to start getting an idea of going a little bit darker layer and then a little bit towards quinacridone burnt orange, and eventually we're going to be getting darker and just doing mostly quinacridone burnt orange. So just so this is mostly to start getting an idea of how these colors are going to interact with each other in a glazing sort of fashion. This top study, I'm keeping very obvious where the transition is taking place from one color to another. But what I'm going to do in the lower study is to show you how I would go about making that more of a gradual transition. And even though I have the lines sketched in on the lower study, that's mostly just to remind me, okay, there are steps here that I want to be thinking about. And the first step was this light quinacridone rose. And so the next step is going to be this same color, similar color. And there's a couple ways I can do this. I could wet down this whole shape with water and then start bringing in some of this color. Or if I start just in the upper left with clear water, because I don't want really any that to get darker at all. And then I start going into my color that I have mixed of Quin Rose and quinacridone burnt orange. And then a little bit more. And then a little bit more. So it's basically sort of like I'm starting a wash with water, because I want this upper left portion to remain basically the same. The same light rose, light pink color. One thing you'll notice pretty quickly is that this layer is quite a bit darker. I probably intentionally and unintentionally chose to not go darker that much faster, because it's much less in control when you're trying to just create this gradual transition from one light color to a darker, sort of different color. So we're changing a lot of things. We're changing the value, the darkness, another word for the darkness, as well as the color. So I'm going to let all of this dry and then come back with another round.